if you're watching both of them.
Right. Yeah, so I've got the live stream, the YouTube live stream pulled up right now. It just says offline. One of the suggestions we have gotten on a different topic, Brian, is that maybe you consider using a virtual background since you'll be presenting. We could probably, if we wanted to get creative, we could even do like a virtual background of the pipe organ like we do.
Hi, Keith.
So Duran,
Yeah. Oh, it says live on YouTube. Okay.
is live, but currently it's live on my YouTube channel.
Okay, gotcha. So what we need to do, Brian, is I'll need to send you details on how to connect that to our YouTube channel.
Okay.
So, and actually you had that already, but you may have seen it. I was able to get that sent out yesterday. So.
Yeah, we're still
See what they did.
All right. So wait a minute. We're fixing some bugs. So I appreciate you guys.
Amen. That's what practice is for, right?
No, it was weird, bro, because I had it open. And so, yeah, it's live on YouTube currently right now. So if anybody subscribed to our YouTube channel, they can watch now. The issues would be on this portal that our administrator can watch the comments, and our administrator can take care of things in the background. You're gonna need somebody to do that. You know, the YouTube is they're just watching, so
Yeah.
they can't interact with us here. And one of the things I was wondering about that, it's fine for us to do our worship service here. I have 3 things that I was going to pass along. So I have a file that is my lesson notes, which I can post here live to everybody. So I wanted to try to do that just so you guys can see what that looks like. So this is if I wanted to put up a sermon. Did you guys get that? Or is that did no one get that?
No, we just got a picture of your wall.
All right, let me try that again. All right, so everybody should have got a practice sermon.
No.
If you look in your chat.
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
Is anybody but me not seeing it?
Where would it be? Duran,
Look at the bottom of your page. It says chat. You have to click chat.
Yeah.
Well, I have a more, and I have a chat, and I see Tony Waddell and Tracy Biddix in there, but I don't see any sermon.
Same.
It's right there. It says sermon download.
You have to download it. It's a file.
So this experience for people who are connected via mobile device may be different than the one that's for people who are connected on a computer.
Yeah, if you're on a computer,
I'm on
you
my
can see it.
mobile.
If you're on a cell phone, it might be tougher.
Yeah. So
Duran, are you on your?
I'm on my iPad, right? And so I do not see the file that Brian's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm on my laptop. I've got it.
Okay.
My speaker does not work on my laptop when I'm on Zoom for some reason. So,
Okay.
well, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Gotcha. So I think, Brian, what's happening is people who are connected via some mobile device are not seeing the content you're presenting. People who are connected via computer are seeing it. So we need to figure out how to make that a ubiquitous thing. So there's that word again, Jane. You're welcome.
What's ubiquitous mean?
Across all devices.
All right. I want to test my ability to do to show a video. All right, can I do that? So let me guys know what you may or may be seeing.
Run. I'm here.
So Brian, I have a question.
Yes.
So our intention is when for the actual thing that not only is everyone muted, but they're also there's no video, right? It's just for the people that need to present, or you're going to have the video enabled, right?
We never decided that one way or the other.
Well, ideally, what we were looking to do was to give the DJ, who I call the administrator, the ability to have all the digital assets in one place, so that if it's you or Duran, then you'll be able to plug in the videos around Brian, or if Brian needs to plug in the videos, then that's fine. But you'll have most of the assets for every service. So I have a pre-recorded, I have 2 pre-recorded welcomes in Dropbox, and I can share that Dropbox with you. You can pull it up and just press play. Ideally.
Well, no, that's not actually what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, for the purposes of this meeting, we don't need all the congregation that's attending. We don't need their video input. We don't need them to be to hear.
I see what you're saying. Although it's encouraging to see everybody's faces. You guys look awesome.
Yeah, I just think when 100 people join, it's going to get a little overwhelming.
So, there's different modes. If people go to speaker view, which is in the top right-hand corner, then only the person that's predominantly speaking pops up. Can you see that?
Yeah, I just see that.
So
yeah, I think it works that way by default on mobile too.
I think there's a way to control that too from the host. I pretty much can control everything. And then I don't know what you can't do, Duran, but I was hoping as administrator, you can do a lot of this stuff too.
Exactly. Let me, I'm going to step away and grab my laptop. I'll be back and see if I can see any administrative controls while this is happening.
So Brian, I did go on my laptop. So where is the sermon supposed to be?
On the right side.
It was uploaded at 10:11 in the stream, but if you don't have anything before 10:15, if you switch devices, it might not be there.
Yes, it's not there. Can you add it again?
Yeah, I can. Now, I wanted to add another file as well, guys. So I'm putting the test sermon back up. And then I'm also putting up here, I have a link. Keith already sent an email to this, but this is Sunday service. It's the link to Sunday service. So you at least have that as well to access. You guys see it? So now you guys can respond to me even if you're muted by using the reactions. Also at the bottom of your page, you can do a thumbs up to let me know that you got something. And then I believe there's also a hands up to let me know if you had a question. Does that make sense? Thanks for the clap, Jane. Awesome. So this is good because a lot of you guys are small group leaders, and I want to make sure that you guys all know how to use these things. So if someone asks, you can do that.
So, Brian and Durand, have we figured out how to control so that only the like from the meeting host perspective, you guys drive what's on the screen so that every time we don't see people's random webcams pop up. Like
No,
what we're seeing is every time someone speaks, that they're popping up. And we don't want that, right? We want it to be controlled 100%.
You're correct. Yeah, that's why I was thinking. One of the emails I sent is that if we do this as a webinar and not a meeting, that may be a more optimal experience, so that we don't have random folks popping up during Brian's presentation.
Yeah,
I did see that as well. The thing that we need to figure out is, do we want to run all the content through just me, or did you want anybody else to pop up? Like, did you want like, hey, we'll have Keith do some announcements and then Keith can do that? Because if we do that, he would need to be a presenter.
I'm right here.
on the webinar. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Duran?
it does make sense. So I think we had that option with both meeting types, whether it's a meeting or webinar. But I need to look at that. So let me log in.
Sure you do, because we see that in our business meetings, Duran, where you'll be on with people that are in multiple locations, and he'll and the rep will be like, hey, I'm gonna let the engineer speak now, and he'll show up stuff. So yeah, they just have to, I guess they give control to the other person to show their screen or whatever.
Yeah, so I can, like I said, we everything that you can do in the webinar, you can do in the meeting thing. It just, in the meeting thing, you have to shut some things off to be able to do it. Does that make sense?
It does.
So here's a poll. I don't know if you guys see it.
By the way, Brian, the video stream looks great. Now I find if I mirror it to my smart TV, there's a delay, but on the mobile device, the video stream looks and sounds good.
So I did everything you said. I have everything turned off on my phone, so I'm not running it anymore.
Hey, I would say, Brian, I would say for the purposes, I would turn off everyone's video. And then I would only have video for anybody that's going to live speak, and I would automatically mute people and then unmute people that you want to give permission to speak to.
All right. So I'm just adding that to my list of stuff.
Like right now, if Duran was going to lead something during the service, then we would want his video. If not, then we would want to turn off his video. We would want any distractions. And then if you set it up in presenter mode and we don't mute everybody, then anybody that logs on will not start out automatically muted. And then when they come on, it's going to move away from your screen. One way that we could potentially solve this is to only have a Zoom meeting for the people that are participating for that day, and then direct people to go to the live stream and then to connect with their small group in an independent Zoom that could be like a watch party or something like that. But that would limit your ability to be engaging the church live, like sharing service notes and stuff.
Yeah, I did realize that when we wanted to do this, if we just do a live stream, everybody goes to Facebook and just watches it, then only the people who are sitting right here.
Can I add something too? It's good to have it muted because obviously it picks up all kind of background noise. So if people move and this is their first time on Zoom, there's a lot of things that they don't know that will interfere with your lesson. So that's another thing is, as far as having everybody muted, I think it's good. Because even if you move, go to the bathroom, flip your paper or Bible, we hear all that. Which is annoying. Sorry.
Did anybody see the poll that I just put up?
No.
No.
Brian?
Yes.
Okay, so perhaps, and to Shan's comment, we could have the Bible Talk leaders talk about muting and practice in their small groups.
Well, what I was going to say, Jane, again, for the purpose of this being a practice meeting, I have given everyone the ability to mute or unmute. But I can close everybody's ability to speak if I wanted to right now.
Can you close their video?
Yeah, we need to mute Shan because you guys are in the same place. We've got a severe echo. It's either mute or the speakers or something.
All right, so
Brian, do you have the ability?
I'm gonna, I can mute everyone, but I'm giving you guys the ability to unmute yourself so that when you speak, you can unmute yourself, speak, and then you can cut yourself back off. So on a Sunday morning, it would be like this, except nobody would have the ability to unmute themselves. I would make it so that only I can speak. And so I'm the main person.
Right.
Now, in regards to the images, that was the other thing you were saying? Hello?
Yeah, I don't know if like let's take I'm gonna pick on Jody Sauer. Let's say, can you remove Jody Sauer's image for a second?
Yes, I can.
Great. So then a natural setting that you want to have is so that you not only naturally mute, but they actually mute the video too when we first start services, so that the only image that's coming up are people that you want to have images up.
That's correct.
You can turn their video back on. I enjoyed them. They were.
We like you, Jody. Awesome.
Somebody asked if this was the free version or the full version. This is the full version, so we're not limited by the 40-minute restriction that somebody was talking about.
That we will. They have a showing at 10:30 if we will.
Yeah, they've actually taken the 40-minute restriction off for now, because I was doing free yesterday and it rolled right through that. So.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, Zoom.
Yeah. Well, we had some stock in Zoom. I think last week it was the #1 downloaded app on Android.
Oh yeah.
Can you all hear me?
Yep, Jody. Yep.
Okay, I had a thought, like when everybody comes up, you may not want to have any video of other people, period.
Yep, that was what Caleb said.
Yeah, I'm thinking that like everybody's going to be looking at everybody else and ain't even going to be listening to you. That's what I think.
So there is a dynamic to that is helpful. I think in the beginning, you are right, Jody. You do not need to see a million other people. Eventually you do, because this is what creates community on these platforms. The ability to be able to be like, oh, so that's one of the reasons. Otherwise, we wouldn't be using Zoom. We can just literally use we can just put it on YouTube, and just make it all a webinar and literally pre-record everything and literally just drop it into a format where we can just watch it.
Right.
Sort of like, what a televangelist would do. We're trying to build that community, and we want to figure out like the chat part, because we do want, Brian, I would imagine at some point would want questions and some form of engagement and interaction with every. I muted myself, sorry.
I thought Brian might have muted you.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I do appreciate what you said, Jody, and to what you shared and what Caleb shared. I think that as we do the worship service, we should go ahead and do this. And then I think maybe if we want to do any Q&A afterwards, we can open it up. And then also it may be we may even have allow some open up, whatever, before the worship service starts. But at the beginning of it, I mean, it can kind of go like this. I don't know. Some not everybody has their video on.
Right.
But so I understand that.
I mean, are we going to actually start at 10, or you think we ought to like start up about 15 minutes early and maybe people can
Fellowship.
Get about a 15-minute fellowship of getting everybody used to looking at everybody, and then we go to just seeing you and who you want us to see, and then maybe when we have, I don't even know, we're going to do a fellowship break, or I think we did last week after the singing or something, or maybe during the singing we can see each other. But I think when he's actually given the message, I think he should control it and shut all the people off.
So hold on, if you do fellowship.
Well, it's kind of chaotic once, if you unmuted everybody right now, background noise and stuff would be difficult to fellowship that. That's why I would think that a breakout group or a watch group, like a separate group to watch with that's smaller, that you can talk to people in a group setting, is more ideal than just unmuting everybody for the first 15 minutes of service. I do think that 15 minutes prior, we should have a countdown timer with a list of instructions about how to have an ideal experience for the service. I tried to fool around with that today, so that people know when it's about to start. But from a production value, I do think that when I talked to Terry, pre-recording some songs up at the church building is the ideal way to start out and get it out so that we don't have to worry about any delays or things like that.
Cool.
Okay. I'm still trying to get an opportunity to stream a video. So I'm just want to check. But Bob, everything, the feed and everything is still working really smoothly?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the only issue we had was when, Shan was on and her mic and her speakers were on, you got some feedback, but when it's just you, it's really smooth. Yep.
Okay. That is not a problem.
I had a question. Duran, did we figure out when because of the streams, the parallel stream to YouTube and all that, is that coming from Brian's internet connection or is that being handled by Zoom?
It is a little bit of both. So if Brian is doing it on his computer, then Zoom is doing most of the heavy lifting. Right now, Brian is live streaming to YouTube, but it's not our live stream, it's his live stream. In other words, he has his own YouTube channel, and that's where that feed is going right now. So the other complication I'm having, Bob, is that when I log into the Zoom portal, even though I'm an admin, I'm not seeing any of Brian's stuff. I can see his name, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I see like this meeting to add controls to it. So even though I'm supposedly an admin, I can't see anything to help Brian out or facilitate moderation.
There is another option, Duran. If I give you the hosting ability, then you can do anything that I can do. That way I would just only present and you would be in control of everything.
I thought that was our plan.
What was that, Bob?
I thought that was our plan at the beginning, is so that Brian only had to worry about speaking and he didn't have to worry about driving anything.
That was an idea I heard. I didn't know if we actually committed to that or not. So,
do you want to give it a try, Duran?
I keep muting myself. Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think, and of course, you would have to make that administrative change now, or you can add me as a moderator now. But right now, when I'm logged in, I don't see anything to be able to help you.
Okay. So here, Duran, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm making you the host. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, Duran, the other reason I'm concerned about the multiple streams is because I spent some quality time with Brian's computer and we're going to do some work on it. But right now that thing doesn't need any more work than it has to be able to do. So, we tested after the cleanup, just doing a straight stream into Zoom and it was fine. But if you give it more work to do, it may really struggle.
No, he's live streaming right now. I don't know if he caught that, but he's live streaming right now. So this is the experience we're going to have when we're streaming to the church's YouTube page.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just live streaming to his YouTube channel, whereas our YouTube channel. It's just a matter of updating the feed. But yeah, right now Zoom is doing the work and the live stream is happening on YouTube. But I can't see that live stream because I don't have a link to Brian's stuff. Or maybe I do. Hang on.
So Duran, I gave you the hosting ability right now.
Okay, hang on. Let's see.
So you should have more options available to you.
Yeah, so I've got YouTube on our TV and it's showing up really well. It's just got about a minute delay.
Yes.
Maybe. And but it's showing up well. And it shows whatever's on the screen. So whoever's talking, they're who shows up. So
John, is Brian's channel publicly searchable or do you have to have a direct link to it? Because I haven't had much luck searching for it. I've only been able to follow links.
Yeah, I got it through the link he sent out. So
okay.
Yeah, I have my YouTube channel currently. It's unlisted. So only people
Okay.
I give access to can see it.
That's why. Okay. All right. That makes sense. That's probably a good point. I just wondered because I haven't been able to.
So John, you said that whenever I speak on your YouTube channel, you see me.
Yeah, I mean, it shows whatever is on our screen. So if you have it in, if you have it, I guess in speaker view, it shows the speaker, right? So it should just show you. The only addition it's adding is it's got a little Zoom logo in the lower right-hand corner. So.
Oh, okay. They're advertising themselves.
Yeah.
All right. So if this is a Sunday morning, it looks like it's set up. Everybody is muted, right? Duran has hosting ability, so he's controlling everything. And I'm speaking. So at this point, if I was speaking, I could do my lesson like normal. If anybody is writing comments or anything like that, Duran controls that. The comments, he also controls who can speak and who can't speak. And he can control the videos, right? So if I do a lesson, I can do a lesson. And then if I say, okay, I'm done, and I'll give Duran the hindsight, he's in control. And then he can go from there.
Virtual.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brian, one comment on documents came up. Not everybody has Microsoft. And so we might want to send those documents out as PDFs if you do send them out.
Okay, thanks, bro. That's a great idea. Okay.
So right now, Brian, I do see a different set of controls, but I am connected via my iPad, so that's not the best way for me to control this. So if, hang on a second. Do you see me listed twice by chance?
You are considered admin, right? I see Duran via iPad.
Yeah, that's the one. There's another one that should just be Durand or maybe my email address.
Yes. So
All right,
you would
if you
make
can-
that one the host?
That'd be perfect, yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. For me to do that, you have to give me back the hosting ability.
Okay, one sec. Meeting settings.
Duran, Pam wants to know why you can't just give yourself the hosting ability.
I don't see any controls in here to move the host back.
All right, this is what I do. If you look on my, if you put your arrow key on my picture, you're gonna see mute and 3 dots.
Hang on.
Click on those 3 dots and you'll see make host.
I do not. Let's see here. I do see the ability to stop the live stream. I don't see any ability to click on you and make you the host.
Brian, can't you just take it back?
No, I've given him the hosting ability. So on his iPad, he has to go under and click my the 3 dots to give me back. The
Superman can never give away his powers without the ability to take them back.
Yeah, so right now, Brian, I'm clicking on your tile, if you will, of your video, and I get a menu, but it does not allow me to give you the meeting controls back.
What does it say?
It says, when I click on the 3 dots, record, chat, meeting settings, which you think that will be to go. If I click in meeting settings, I don't see any ability to give it back to you. The other option I have is change my virtual background, stop the live stream, and disconnect audio. But there are no host controls here. So hang on, let's see. Here we go. What I have to do, just for edification, is if I click on participants and then click your name, I can say make host. So now it should be going back to you.
Oh, they made it a
Because I
lot
could have
easier.
given it to myself, but yeah.
They make it a lot easier for me to give it to you than for you to give it back.
Well, again, because I'm on the experience on the mobile is not the same as the other.
Oh, you're on mobile. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give it back to you on mobile again because nobody else can figure that out.
Right, because if you excuse me, because if you do have something other than like I believe the mobile experience, I would encourage everyone to download the app. If you can download the app, I even downloaded the app on all of my devices, so that literally when you click on the Zoom, and this is going to be a learning curve for everyone that gets that and just thinks that they'll be able to play, just click and play. It may be a little bit of lag between them downloading the app, as well as, so we may want to just maybe send out a note that like, hey, if you can get the Zoom app, that might be helpful.
Where you been? That happened.
Duran already did that. Now I can tell you the reason why. I can tell you the reason why I didn't tell everybody to do that is because people are so intimidated by stuff that giving them 15 things overwhelms them. So that's why I just told everybody, here's the link, click on the link. I try to make it simple. Then Duran came afterwards and said, hey, if you're going to do this, guys, it's better if you download it, which I think is better as well. But I was just trying to make it simple on the front end. You know what I mean? Like ease your toe into it.
Oh, amen. Amen. Hey, can I see if I can, how video would look if I were to play a video really quick?
Yeah,
I have a pre-record.
I wanted you to try a video and me to try one just to see how it looks on the stream.
Okay,
Then
great.
John, if you can watch it on the live on the YouTube and also let us know how it looks.
Now, Terry, you're not talking about sharing your screen, right? You're talking about actually telling it to play a video file, right?
Well, no, I was going to share one aspect of the screen. So when you go to share screen, you can share like different things.
No, I got it. So I had Brian do this the other night from his, and the clarity is great. The frame rate drops ridiculously. Like if you play a video on the screen and share that screen, Brian was getting about 3 frames a second. You're welcome to try it, but it's
Bob, we should give that a shot because the video that I shot that we streamed was off of YouTube. So I was basically downloaded YouTube and it was streaming it back up.
Okay.
Versus having seen it on my computer.
Okay.
All right, this is what I got. I just shot this really quick.
Is that what you were talking about, Bob?
Yeah. It's the clarity's there, but the frame rate is intolerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Oh, okay. So I didn't quite catch that. You said that what?
So this is just a file you play off your computer?
Correct.
What it is, you're asking, because so what's happening is the Zoom screen capture, the Zoom technical part is trying to look at what's going on your screen and put it up there, but it can't do that fast enough. So it's only grabbing it, it's like instead of playing at 30 frames a second, it's playing at about 5 or 10. It's really bad.
So what would be the best way to do that? Because I put it in Dropbox. Do I need to download it to the actual, not play it through a browser and play it through the computer itself? Will that change the frame rate, you think?
No, I think what I was interested in, and I just don't know enough about Zoom, is the platform that we're hosting on needs the ability to play a file directly. Like basically and I don't know if it can do that, but basically what you do is say, hey, this file, it would upload it to its own servers and then play it out over the platform. And I don't even know if that's doable. Durand, I don't know if you know that.
I don't. But actually, before we go on with more technical stuff, I know we wanted people to join this meeting so that they know how to join this meeting for practice sake. But for people who are just here to practice, if you don't want to listen to this technical crap, you are free to drop off. Okay. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to sit here expecting that there's going to be a lesson or something. I think this is just for the members to make sure they know how to connect to this meeting, or to any Zoom meeting. But if you're bored out of your skull, I think
you want to go work out in your yard or something.
Yeah, you probably have other Saturday stuff to do. But
Can I?
All right, let me try one more thing. I do want to try a video directly from mine, Bob, to see if there's any different.
And Jane wanted to share something really quick, Brian.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying I want to try a video from my feed as well. Okay.
The difference. Yeah, and I'm not kicking people off. I'm just saying if you don't want to be on here, you don't have to be. So Now it says Brian has started screen recording.
Is it also really bad?
Yeah, it's fairly choppy.
Okay, I'm just trying to double check. All right, so
You're so
James,
nice,
what you want to share
James.
with us?
I thought that the idea of having a small group chat before service, is that something we want to encourage to do?
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Okay, so so you just set up a meeting before and then you cut that meeting off when service starts? Is Caleb still on?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so that time, like say you set 15 minutes until service starts, everybody gets in small groups and has a little chat, whoever wants to, within their group. Can that countdown go on each one of those small groups? Or do you have to look at a separate screen for that?
I don't know.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Hey, I wanted to share this one thing to anyone else that was on, anyone else that's here. I am, the fact that we now cannot, at this juncture, have pre-recorded elements to the service. I definitely want to explore the possibility of having different people do communion and different people do the welcome at some point. It may not be in the next couple of weeks, but it probably can be in the next couple of weeks. Whatever you guys think about that, Brian, Keith, but I wanted to introduce that and at least get that part figured out.
Yeah, this is what I was sharing at our meeting on Wednesday. I don't know that we have the ability to do worship on this, but what we can do is have someone come on and do a welcome. We can have someone come from their living room. They can do a communion. Someone can give announcements, and I can do a sermon. And on this platform, it will be seamless. All we need is one person to host, and we have an order of service. Every person does their part. And we have the ability to do that tomorrow. All we just need is an order of service to do what? I know I can do the sermon. So, I mean, it's really that simple.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Hey, real quick, I don't know if this is still applicable. I Googled a little bit and it says that when you are sharing a video to play, that there's a button somewhere that says optimize for full screen video clip. So it looks like that it says after you tell it to share, it says select share on the toolbar and then choose the desktop you're going to play the video. And then it says check optimize for full screen video clip.
Oh, I do see that.
So let's try that.
Okay.
Okay, Brian, you want to try first? Oh, okay, you're going to try it and then I'm going to try and then we'll see.
Let's see what I get. I had something queued up. I just got to pull it up. You guys can see my page?
We can see your desktop.
I can see your screen. I can see your screen.
Okay. What I'm going to do is just share the video that I posted on YouTube. Does it work any better? Let me know.
Hello, everyone. This is our last devotional out of the book of Philippians, and I'm looking forward to this one. We're going to be reading in Philippians 4. This time we're going to start off in verse 10, reading Philippians 4 through verse 10. This is what the Bible says. I rejoice greatly in the Lord that at last you have renewed your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned, but had no opportunity to show it. I'm not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstance. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether fed or hungry.
Yep.
Yeah, that was considerably better.
Yeah, Terry, do you want to try it?
Thanks so much, Bob, for being our research guy.
Google is the answer.
It is.
Yeah, yeah. I want to try now. I want to try now. So yeah, let me try. See what's going on.
It still
here.
wasn't as good a quality as the regular video on the
Agree.
on YouTube. On the big screen, it pixelated kind of badly.
On the screen, on the streaming, John.
Yeah, you lose quality for sure, but still.
It's not every four. It's not four. Like it
Right.
was before.
Right.
Yeah, the YouTube live stream of a video is going to be like making a copy of a copy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just gonna be something-
Right.
Well,
Okay.
our direct from Zoom feed on YouTube, even I have it on our big screen TV. It looks really good, but the video quality definitely went downhill on that video.
On that video, okay.
Okay. So yeah,
I think you can tolerate lower quality video at a consistent rate better than you can tolerate high quality video at a poor rate.
right.
Can we quote you on that, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to try two things. I'm going to try this one as a
Do you have that button, Terry? Did they give you that same button?
Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but let me try this.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Just wanted to invite everyone to the Louisville Church of Christ. It's a beautiful day here in Louisville, Kentucky, and just wanted to share a couple of things as we get started here with this new worship experience. The first is be sure to grab your family and watch together. I think it's super great to be able to gather our families together in one place, if possible.
How does that look so far, guys?
Hi, my name is Kayla Haley, CEO of St. Rock Media. As we all know, our churches are in quarantine. In response to COVID-19, we're all adapting.
Okay, I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm with Durand. I think the fact that you're trying to keep the music and play it would be better if you're playing.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine because I do have this. I do have this, and I'll just download it to my computer, or if I were to send this over to whoever is the administrator, maybe they can play it to just kind of make it, frictionless, like, hey, now I'm gonna pass it over to Terry, or hey, we're gonna, if you're doing it live, I think that's appropriate. But but if it's pre-recorded, whoever the administrator is should be able to just have that content. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I think though too, right now for this particular Sunday, we just need to do as simple as possible and make sure that it happens seamlessly versus trying to introduce a bunch of stuff that we don't really quite understand right now.
Yeah, I do agree with the walk before we run mentality, Keith. I think Terry's got some great ideas, but I want to practice simple and then add additional elements as we get better at this. So it's a good point, bro.
Fantastic. Well, I was going to say I'm really encouraged because I really wanted to see what this would look like with a lot of people on, kind of bouncing around. If it can handle this, then it could handle tomorrow with more people and less of the bounce happening at the same time.
So, Brian, I would appreciate some time with you after this, if your schedule allows, to figure out the Zoom admin piece, because toggling the host back and forth was okay, but I didn't have any of the controls I was expecting to see. So,
okay, no problem.
People endure that trial and error during this call, but
no. No, that's no problem. Like I said, I've played with Zoom. I've been in like 4 or 5 meetings this week. And so I've pretty much gotten a lot figured out as far as the hosting bit. And again, being able to control it. The biggest thing is the second step would be what Jane suggested and what Caleb suggested, which is maybe potentially having some kind of room thing. This has the ability to make rooms on it, but I have not researched that part. But literally, you can have a certain group of people break off into their own kind of chat room.
Yeah.
It's easy. I think it's simple to make that room. The difficulty is going to be who goes in it. You know, if we have 5 or 6 visitors, do they know where to go within it? I mean, that is something that we got to figure out. We may not be ready for that tomorrow, but I think we could be ready for tomorrow to end the stream, to end the service, to cut the YouTube stream, and to let people know if they would like to stick around a little bit longer, they can, and they can put their hands up. I can unmute them and they can ask a question. I could do that. We're prepared to do that now.
Would it be too difficult? Sorry, I muted myself. Would it be too difficult for if people want to have their own chat to do a separate Zoom meeting of their own if they're Bible talks and they can chat on their own that's not connected to the main one? That way, you don't have to worry about figuring it out as far as tomorrow. And but if they want to do that tomorrow, they can create their own Zoom chat or whatever separate from you being the host of it. Like their Bible talk leader can be the host of it, and that's where they go first, and they cut off after a certain time, and they come to another one. Is that possible?
That would have less administrative overhead, Shan, if we did it that way, instead of trying to figure it out for tomorrow. Just give the decision-making to the Bible talk leaders. And if they want to hold something prior, they can using their own Zoom. Zoom is free, as Bob pointed out. So,
yeah, I agree. Because some of them already figured this out. Like I know Eric did. He figured this out for last Wednesday's service. So some of them already had to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say, Shan, the answer is yes. The small group leaders would have to already communicate with their people. Hey, after the live feed, guys, dial into our own Zoom meeting, and we can have our own little time together afterwards.
Yeah, me personally, that might be more effective, especially since this first time has a lot of training wheels on it. So that's just a thought, just to make things more simplified.
Well, I also want to bring into the fact that we're going to have a leaders meeting at 11:15. So, tomorrow may not be the day to do that.
Okay.
Right after services, we're trying to give people a little bit of a break, particularly if you're a leader, to be ready for the meeting at 11:15. So just something to think about.
Okay.
This is great. I love all the ideas that you guys are feeding in here. I think all of this is going to make this experience much better.
Brian?
Yes.
So perhaps we could do it before. If you wanted to do a small group, you could do it before worship tomorrow.
Yep. 9:30 meeting or whatever with your people beforehand. I think so. I will communicate that to people.
If you guys think it's appropriate, I could send something just to Bible talk leaders, encouraging them to, they want to have like a virtual fellowship / hangout before church. Sign up for Zoom. Here's how you host it. Something simple, nothing complicated, because I think we're overwhelming people with all these options. But keep it simple and say, hey, if you want to use Zoom to have some fellowship beforehand, here's how you do it. Make sure you end at 10 minutes before service so that you're on time, et cetera, et cetera. So.
I was looking here. Sorry about that.
So I was going to say, Chris Worley and Penny Fopegar, did you guys see that poll that I sent out? Were you able to vote on that? Oh, I got 2 votes. All right.
I saw the poll.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I cannot see the poll, which is, I can't see the poll.
Both Penny and Chris said they left the meeting, and when they came back on, the poll was on. So I probably need to send it out before people get on. Okay. That's helpful. That helps me learn some things.
Well, where is the poll if we've got it correct on the screen?
When I went out of the meeting and then I came back in, it covered the screen. And it just said, how are you feeling today? And so it was there.
Same for me.
Okay. No, thanks, Penny, because I did it the first time and nobody saw it. I was like, what happened? So you found it. Thank you.
Yep. My luck of
Yeah.
getting kicked out of the
Yeah, and
meeting.
I don't. Yeah. let me-
That was the
That-
same thing for me. I went off and came back on and the poll was on the screen.
Same, yeah. I joined from my computer and saw the poll.
All right. It has to be on before you can't join. All right. That's helpful. I was hoping I could do one kind of midstream, but I guess not. I'll work on it some more. Okay. So I think we learned everything we want to learn. I don't know if there's any other questions, guys. The biggest thing is we just got to make sure we have an order of service for tomorrow. And at 10 o'clock, before 10, I will go on. I will make sure that everyone's voice and images are muted. And I will make sure that the live stream is ready once Duran and I talk about how to get connected to the church's YouTube account. Any other questions?
Brian, is there any value to folks involved at aspects of tomorrow's worship doing a pre-worship meeting tomorrow? Either maybe it's just a quick phone call, it doesn't have to be Zoom, but just make sure our ducks in a row in terms of order of service, or can we just do that over email? I don't care, I'm just throwing out some ideas.
That is a good question.
Well, I think if you come up with a very simple order of worship put out by Caleb and Milton,